Okay, cash flow stream. So far we've been using the payment function, which allows for constant cash flows or an annuity stream of payments. The cash flow function in our calculator and also the spreadsheet that will allow us to have uneven cash flows. So, example in the next slide here, in this case, we've got $400 deposited at the end of the first year, $300 deposited at the end of the second year, and $250 at the end of the third year. They're going to earn a 5% rate. So the first one is 400 times 1.05 squared. So that's $441. 300 times 1.05 is $315. And 250 times 1.05 to the first, 1.05 to the first is 1, so that's $250. We add those up and we get $1,006. So the equation looks very much like the timeline. 400 times 1.05 squared plus 300 times 1.05 to the first plus 200 times 1.05 to the 0 or 1. So again, the $1,006. So one of the reasons that the BA2 Plus Professional is the required calculator for this course is is some of the additional functions that it has, and there's one that I'm about to show you here. So the cash flow function, you hit second and CF, and every time you use it, you want to hit second clear. So second CF, second cash flow, second clear. So CF0 is today. In the future, we'll have cash flows that occur today. But right now, we're just dealing with them in the future. C01, in this case, is 400. Enter. Now down arrow. F01 is the frequency. The default is 1. But you can change that and make it occur many times if you want to. In this case, 1 is correct for all of these. So 300 is C02. Enter. Then 250. Enter. And we hit this NPV key. Okay. And I is our 5%. So 5. Enter. And the first one down is NPV, net present value. So we can actually calculate the present value of those cash flows, which we'll do it again later in this chapter. But net future value. This is net future value it's not on the BA2 Plus. It is only on the professional. So compute $1,006. There are other functions that we'll see as well. So now we're going to move on to present value. So present value is the value today, the current value of some future cash flow or cash flow, series of cash flows. Discounting is a process of finding the present value of future cash flows, whether they be an annuity or a lump sum. So finding the present value is the reverse, or the opposite of compounding. So when we're compounding, we're multiplying, and 1 plus r to the n. So and when we're calculating the present value, we're dividing. It's the future value of cash flow divided by 1 plus r to the n. Present value of lump sum amount. So discounting. So we're going to go back to our original calculation. So to compute the present value, we need to bring it back to today by taking out interest for each period. So using the timeline, the $935 divided by 1.1 is $850. $850 divided by 1.1 is $772.73. 772.73 divided by 1.1 is $702.48. Again, that tells us that $935 is given the 10% rate, is more valuable than the $700. So, which is what this shows us. So that's a timeline method. If we want to use a formula, the present value is just the future value divided by 1 plus r to the n. So in this case, that $935. So $935 divided by or multiplied by 1 divided by 1.1 to the third power, $702.48. So go to our calculator. It's 3n 10 IY. We're solving for the PV, 0 payment. There's no payments, and our future value is $935. We compute PV, you get negative $702.48. So let's pull up our calculator. So 3 years, so 3n 10 IY, and then 0 payment, and then 935 FV, and then we compute PV, and that's $702.48. So next we'll move on to present value of an ordinary annuity. So actually we'll start the next lecture with that.